Okay, on to the next step. We're talking about pre-treatments. We have our pre-treatment mixed up in here. What we're going to do is go ahead and apply it. We want to cover all the carpet, in a general sense. When there's a little more of a traffic area or some spots or areas that look bad, we're going to hit those a little bit harder. So let's get started. Okay, some of the stuff that's really important for a pre-treatment. You want to start with a prepped floor, which in our case means having vacuumed them and detailed vacuuming. Then beyond that, we want to start with a good quality pre-treatment chemical. We also want to make sure that we have the settings right on the truck to make sure that this is going to come out properly. We don't want to get mixed in with other chemicals that are on the truck that are meant for rinsing, not for pre-treatments. So basically there's not a lot to it. It's just a matter of making sure everything's nicely covered. You want to make sure that areas that need more attention get them. And then dwell time is important. You want to make sure there's at least 5 or 10 minutes of dwell time. A little longer is even better. You really want the chemical to be able to start doing its job and really get to work on the ground and dirt that didn't get removed from the vacuuming process. So just going to wrap it up here, get the steps done. And it might be hard to tell in the video, but because everything's been vacuumed, all the fibers are open. They're standing up more. They've been from the vacuum suction. They're standing up from that. So what's happening is when you go to pre-treat, the pre-treatment can actually get down into the base of the carpet and get to that compacted soil. So that's why pre-vacuuming is so important. Okay, so one other question might be, how do we know what to look for when we pre-treat? You know, some customers go around and they put little pieces of tape on all these spots they're concerned with. You really don't need to do that. We've seen so many carpets. We know exactly what we're looking for. Every technician knows what they're looking for. They've done it before. Basically, we know what to look for, the difference between clean and dirty. It's fairly intuitive. I mean, it's not like it's that crazy to figure out, but you know, just doing it so often, we really do know what to look for. So we know where we can hit things more heavily. You know, not much is needed. You know, kind of do the pre-treatment appropriately. One other thing to mention is, you know, somebody could always come in and they can tell you, oh yeah, we pre-treat our carpets, and they go, okay, and they just kind of do one of these and they go, okay, it's pre-treated. Well, there's a big difference between doing that and really going around, making sure everything's hit, looking at all the dark areas that need more attention, and really focusing on doing things right. So, you know, just keep in mind that, like everything, not everything is exactly the same. Just because one person says they pre-treated, it doesn't mean that they do an efficient job at it, that they do it as properly as they should be. Did they give it enough dwell time? Things of the, you know, things like that that do add up, and it's all those little things that add up. It's the prep of pre-vacuuming, then the prep of actually doing the right pre-treatment with the right type of pre-treatment, and giving dwell time and the right amounts of pre-treatment. You know, there's also an amount of how heavy the mix is of pre-treatment, because you don't need to go heavier if it's not so badly soiled, but you want to make sure to be able to remove everything as, you know, to make everything look proper. So there's a lot of different factors to it, where it's not just cut